There's 120 facts about Phineas and Ferb, and school comes along just to end it, so the annual problem with our generation is finding a good way to spend it.
Dan Povenmire created Phineas and Ferb along with Jeff Swampy Marsh. It released on August 17, 2007. Season 5 and 6 are currently in production. The franchise has had 2 movies. These are Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension and Phineas and Ferb Candace Against the Universe. Phineas is voiced by Vincent Martella. Ferb is voiced by Thomas Brody Sangstar. Candace is voiced by Ashley Tisdale. Perry is voiced by D. Bradley Baker. Doofenshmirtz is voiced by Dan Povenmire. Monogram is voiced by Jeff Swampy Marsh. Carl is voiced by Tyler Alexander Mann. Isabella is voiced by Allison Stoner. Baljeet is voiced by Maulik Pancholi. Buford is voiced by Bobby Gaylor. Linda is voiced by Caroline Rhea. Lawrence is voiced by Richard O'Brien. Jeremy is voiced by Mitchell Musso. Vanessa is voiced by Olivia Olson. Norm is voiced by John Wiener. Mayor Roger is voiced by John O'Hurley. Dan Povenmire was inspired by his childhood where his mother told him to never waste a day of summer. The first drawing of Phineas was in a piece of napkin. Povenmire thought his drawing looked like a Phineas, and that's how Phineas was named. Ferb was named after a friend who owns more tools than anyone in the world. Povenmire pitched the show to Nickelodeon but they rejected it. It took Phineas and Ferb 16 years to pitch. The pictures at the end of the theme song are concept art. Ferb is short for Ferbs.
So Candace, what is Ferb short for?
I don't know.
In Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension, we find out how Phineas puts on his shirt. Perry was drawn the same night as Ferb. Disney produced a Phineas and Ferb talk show titled Take 2 with Phineas and Ferb. Phineas and Ferb won Outstanding Writing and Animation and Outstanding Writing Team for a Daytime Animated Program on Daytime Emmy Awards. It won Outstanding Individual Achievement in Animation 3 times in Primetime Emmy Awards. It won Best TV Series for Kids and Special Mention Best Flash Animation at Pulcinella Awards. A coincidence had something to do with the show when Dan Povenmire found out platypuses glow green under ultraviolet lights.
I called it! Ah, Patty, the platypus, why are you green again? Is it because Dan was decades ahead of the scientific community?
Another coincidence relating to the show is D. Bradley Baker's Perry noises sounded like actual platypuses, and they did not know that. The giant floating baby head first appeared in One Good Scare Ought to Do It. In August 5, 2011, Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension released. It was first announced by Jeff Swampy Marsh on January 2010. The movie is the 3rd Disney Channel original movie. It was directed by Dan Povenmire and Robert F. Hughes. Danny Jacobs voices Ferb's singing voice. Dan Povenmire voices allergy-affected Candace 2. Vanessa 2 was going to appear in the movie. A scene of hers had Vanessa 2 fighting with Doofenshmirtz 2 about banishing any boy that talks to her. There is also going to be a scene where the main characters ride a blimp to the Doof Temple. The film released in Spanish theaters in August 31, 2011. Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension is 100% in Rotten Tomatoes and 80% in audience score. The movie is rated TVG and the movie is 1 hour 30 minutes long. The movie is 63 out of 100 in Metascore. The movie is 7.3 in user score. The movie is 7.4 out of 10 in IMDb. The movie started a meme, this being,
Wow! If I had a nickel for every time I was doomed by a puppet, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right?
On April 11, 2019, the movie has a sequel titled Candace Against the Universe. In the first episode, Phineas sounded a lot different.
I, for one, am starting to get bored, and boredom is something up with which I will not put.
Phineas's first words in the show were,
So, Ferb, what do you want to do today?
in the same episode, this guy says go to the left, but the left has grass and the exit is at the right. Even if the show takes place in 104 days, there are 189 episodes. Baljeet is based off of Swampy's old friend. Phineas and Ferb changed an entire generation by teaching what an aglet was and raising awareness of it. In Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension, when Candace 2 is in jail, she poses the same way as Princess Leia. Phineas's birthday cliporama is the most times Candace referred to Linda as Mom. Ferb only called Linda Mom 1 time in the entire series.
Bye, Mom.
Doofenshmirtz has made 23 inventions without Innator. In Phineas and Ferb Quantum Boogaloo, we find out Stacy's the president of Uruguay. In the Mexican dub, Stacy's the president of Switzerland. Phineas and Ferb live in Danville, a reference to Dan Povenmire. Danville is in Jefferson County, a reference to Jeff Swampy Marsh. Dan Povenmire's favorite song to write was Summer Belongs to You. Jeff Swampy Marsh's favorite song to write was the Brick Song. Ferb's birthday is on February 29. When Dan and Swampy were writing the lyrics of Perry's theme song, Swampy went to Wikipedia and searched for a platypus, and it said, a semi-aquatic egg-laying mammal. Dan then added, of action. I'm Lindana and I Want to Have Fun can be heard in 19 episodes, sometimes as elevator music. The reason Dan Povenmire made the lyrics
104 days of summer vacation
is because he thought that the show would only have 52 episodes, which is 2 segments per episode. 1 segment equals 1 day, equaling 104 days. Phineas and Ferb is the final Disney Channel original series to premiere in the 2000s. Phineas, Ferb, and Perry are the only 3 characters to appear in every episode. The reason Phineas and Ferb are stepbrothers are because they wanted Phineas and Ferb to be the same age. They wanted them to be siblings but not twins. But they didn't want them to be friends, so instead they are stepbrothers. Phineas, Flynn, and Walt Disney have the same motto, keep moving forward. Phineas's head looks like a P, and Ferb's head looks like an F. If you tilt your head, 87 looks like a Phineas. Ferb has obtained 5 world records. Ferb can dunk himself into a basketball hoop. In Lights, Candace Action, the head that replaces Candace was of her actor Ashley Tisdale. Candace has archophobia, the fear of falling. Perry has an email account where he receives messages from Monogram. Perry uses a litter box, much like a house cat. Perry can poop in the shape of Hawaii. Perry is ambidextrous. Ferb says platypuses are the only mammals who can lay eggs. This is incorrect. All monotremes lay eggs. Phineas can tell the difference between Perry and every other platypus. Perry was Phineas's pet before he met Ferb, but in Across the Second Dimension, he got Perry after he met Ferb. There are other Agent Ps such as Pinky the Chihuahua, Peter the Panda, Agent Planty, and a pig and a porcupine. Perry doesn't like to wear dresses. Perry has a watch on his left and right arm. Perry wears contact lenses. Perry was going to be a capybara, but it was a joke. Perry was nominated for Favorite Animal Sidekick at the Kids' Choice Awards but lost to Patrick Star. His growl is hard to do in real life. Doofenshmirtz's last name was going to be Medelschmertz. Doofenshmirtz can speak Spanish. He can also speak whale. Doofenshmirtz is lactose intolerant. Candace is allergic to dairy. None of Doofenshmirtz's parents appeared in his birth. Somehow. Doof's computer password is Doofalicious. On March 25, 2023, the official Disney Channel YouTube channel uploaded a video titled How Not to Draw Doofenshmirtz. Doofenshmirtz built a platinator to get rid of Perry. Doofenshmirtz keeps a teddy in his lab coat. Doofenshmirtz hates golf. Doofenshmirtz always plans what to say before Perry comes in and breaks the door. Doofenshmirtz somehow knows Perry's name even if Perry doesn't speak. In Quietest Day Ever, Doofenshmirtz reveals that he is 47 years old. If I had a nickel for every time someone made a YouTube video with over 100 facts about Phineas and Ferb, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird it happened twice.
Mom, the FactTory made 120 facts about our show.